Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Dig, and I'm back at it again with another video for y'all boys, man. And in this one right here, I'm gonna be showing y'all around my new gaming setup. Cause if you don't know, now you know. Your boy done made the switch from console to PC, man. And just off of these couple hours that I've been playing on it, I could tell that the switch was long overdue. But I'm gonna speak on all that in another video as I detail my progression on mouse and keyboard. For this video, however, I'm gonna just be showing y'all around my gaming setup as well as kind of giving y'all a rundown of what my plans are for this channel. So y'all stick around and stay tuned, that's coming up. And before I get into this setup, I want to let y'all know two things real quickly. One, I know absolutely nothing about computers, very minimal to say the least. So if it seems like I don't know really too much about what I'm talking about, that's probably the case. So take it with a grain of salt. And the second being that I'm gonna have the links to all of these parts in the description because I may not remember like the whole model number or the series number and all that stuff off the top of my head, but I'm gonna have that in the description for you so you ain't gotta wonder. And that's it for that. So I wanted to explain the most important part of this setup first, and that being the PC. Funny story, I tried to build this thing myself. I sat in the Discord for about 10 or 11 hours with the boys trying to get this thing built, and it was to no avail, to say the least. I ended up just giving up the next morning and taking it back to Micro Center and having them build it for me. And honestly, that was the better decision because one, I think I broke some stuff, and considering I bought it within the past 5 days, they were able to replace whatever I broke. And two, they just did a lot better job with it than I could have. I mean, honestly, the cable management looks great. The setup just looks great, and I'm kind of glad I went that route. Even though I wish I could have built it myself, saved that money, it looks a lot better though. So onto the parts though. As you can see, this is about the only thing I can remember by heart because I can read it. The GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Coming from console, man, that video card is amazing. There's probably better ones for you know, a cheaper price or whatnot, but you know, for this to be my first introduction to PC gaming, that video card was worth every dollar I spent. Looks amazing. For the CPU cooler I went with the Corsair RGB water cooling fan. I'll have the link to that in the description because I don't remember the whole name, but I think the purpose is to keep everything cool and silent, and this PC has been cool and silent since I got it, so that's pretty good. And then the last thing that's inside the computer, I have a power supply as well. I include that description. But the B450 Elite Aorus motherboard, you can see that lighting up down there. That's the motherboard that I'm rocking out with, and so far this computer is running amazing. I've had no problems. It's also only been a day, so I would hope I had no problems, but that is the PC and all the things that comprise it. And now for the top half of my setup, I'm gonna start with the monitor. The monitor I went with is an Acer. It's about 24 inches, maybe 24 and a half. The actual model will be in the description as stated before, but it has the NVIDIA G-Sync, which I assume has something to do with the recording software that I downloaded. And but other than that, you know, high refresh monitor, looks great, feels great, all of that stuff. So that's that. Onto the keyboard, I'm rocking with a Corsair K68. Feels great. I mean, there's probably a lot better keyboards out there, but you know, I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I love the size and the wrist rest. Everything just feels great when I'm using it. For the mouse, I have a SteelSeries Rival 650. When I bought it, I was comparing it to the Logitech G703. My boy Skiz was telling me to get that. And when I felt the G703, it felt really good, and this feels pretty close to it. The same feel in my hands, buttons were about within the same reach, and just everything about it felt pretty good. So I love that mouse, and that's what I'm rocking out with. And this is the mic that I speak into, as well as record my videos over. For some reason, I'm having problems with my Turtle Beaches. I mean, not my Turtle Beaches, but my Astros. I can hear through them, but I can't speak through them. And if I can speak through them, I can't hear through them. So it's kind of just picking one or the other. I think the solution I heard was getting a splitter of some sort. So I'm gonna look into that, and hopefully that fixes my problem. But this is the microphone I'm rocking out with for now. And until I can get an actual webcam, I'm actually using a tripod to put up my phone and record videos on. I'll also be using this for the webcam and my Twitch streams, which kind of goes on to the plans of my channel that I'll be speaking on a little later in the video. But yeah, that is the tripod that I'm using. And other than that, until I get my second monitor, that is pretty much it for the top half. And of course, I got my pad, pretty good, Corsair pad. But yeah, that's it for the top half of my setup, and let me go ahead and get into the rest of this video for y'all. So in the background, I just have a little bit of footage of me playing some bots, trying to get used to the whole keyboard and mouse format. Considering I came from console and been on controller my entire life, it's definitely been a huge adjustment getting used to my non-dominant hand, especially my pinky and ring finger, you know, to doing the majority of my movement. but slowly but surely it's coming along. And I plan on actually making a few videos showing my progression as I get a little bit better. I don't know what time periods I'll do, but I'll figure that out. But definitely expect those to come. And as far as my channel goes, just expect more content altogether. I'll be uploading a lot more consistently. I'll also be streaming, so I'm going to leave my Twitch down there in the description. Y'all go ahead and follow the boy and expect those notifications. But I'll also be hitting clips still, so expect episodes and things of that nature. And just, it's hard for me to really say everything I'll be doing right now because, I really just don't know what people watch nowadays. So I'll kind of figure that out as I upload and go along with this process. But, definitely leave your comments on what y'all like to watch. And, yeah, at the end of the day, your boy Dig, and I'm out.